Hey, James. Hey, John. Hello, Rusty. Yeah, I just got back from my own mom's. So, hey, Michaela. So yeah, I'm starting late just because I just got home. Hey, Ashley. Hey, Miss Gemini. How's mom? She's doing good. She's happy to see me. I got her some chocolates. I got her a box of Laura Secord chocolates. Hey, Mary. Hey, Richard. Hey, Steele. So yeah, I got her some. Hey, shucks. Got her some box of Laura Secord chocolates as a uh, Mother's Day slash belated birthday gift since I didn't get to see her on her birthday. Rosie, hello. Do I believe in Mother's Day? Not really, but doesn't really matter. It's as good an excuse to go see my mom as any. When I first decided to become a YouTuber. Uh, I suppose after I quit my job. Hey, Dandy. All right. Hello, Brooke. James, no, I do not want to be a mother ever. I don't want kids. Hello, thank you. And yeah, we did enjoy it. We did both. We were both happy to see our respective mothers. My last job, I was working at a Rogers call center. Have I ever been choked out? I have not, James. Hey, Bear Dog Skull. Thanks, Rusty. Glad you could join. Ever gonna be a mother? No, hell no. I want nothing to do with kids. Hey, Reaper Girl. Oh, so you're just being a transphobic little prick, huh, Rosie? Hey, Gish. The Back to the Future. Um, it's been forever since I've seen any of them. I should rewatch them, honestly. I did enjoy them. Am I going to play any other games on my channel other than that Mass Effect? I will at some point. Hey, Spider Rico. Thoughts on the Bivol? Who's who is Bivol? Gears of War? No, no, I don't play games like that. Yeah, after Mass Effect, what I really want to do after Mass Effect, I want to play some visual novels. Well, I don't watch any sports at all, James. So I play a lot of video games and want to cut down. Yeah, why? Happy birthday to Fruitcake's friend. Gauntlet Legends. Probably. I feel like I'd enjoy Gauntlet more playing with a friend because I remember playing Gauntlet on the Nintendo 64 way back in the day, and that one was a lot more fun with other people. So I don't know that I'll bother playing Gauntlet. New Microsoft Flight Simulator? No. VR sex hentai games? Would I be keen on some co-op? Probably not. Dr. Pepper? I want to know, like, where did Dr. Pepper get his degree? That's my question. Warhammer 40k. No, I don't play Warhammer 40k. Hey, Fat. I've read a little bit about it, so I'm somewhat familiar with it. And the fact that it's, some political commentary. Hey, Chetney. No, Rob. Not for any amount of money. Boxing or UFC? Nah. Nah, I don't watch any boxing. Don't watch UFC. I never watched boxing or UFC. Good night, Chetney. She viewed. I plan to at some point. University of Minnesota. God damn it. God damn it, Fat. Hey, hobo. How much do I squat? None. Rusty, I'll consider it. I've never played Mass Effect Andromeda, just the original 3. I haven't watched a Let's Play of. I never even watched a Let's Play of Andromeda. Hey, Rob. Rico, she's used to it. Neopets? As a teen. I did play Neopets back when I was a teenager. So, long time ago. What do I feel I contribute to society? Nothing. Yeah, Neopets was kind of the shit. No paneer for me, Rico. She got some. I heard that Neopets was brief. I heard that Neopets was owned for a little while by the Church of Scientology. Neopets was similar to Tamagotchi, but on a computer. Yeah, like Scientology bought, like the Church of Scientology bought Neopets. Sold it later, I believe. So I don't think it's still associated with by the game Acquitted on Steam. Want a piece of the giant omelet today? Neopets forums are pretty creepy. I can imagine. Tom Cruise. I know Tom Cruise is a Scientologist. Yes, I showered today, Rip. Fuck off. Oh yeah, Dandy. Yeah, I'm looking up Dandy. I'm looking up Acquitted right now. We're trying to. There we go. No shits yet, Rob, but probably won't be too long before I need to take one. James, yes. Whenever I leave the house, I do still wear a mask. In fact, just today I went to the mall to pick up the Laura Secord chocolates, and I wore my mask when I went into the mall. Subnautica? No, never played Subnautica. Oh, hi, Victoria. Didn't notice you there, sorry. Some Warhammer 40k Space Marines? Nah. The closing shift? I have no idea, pushing. Zoo Tycoon. No, I haven't had a haircut, James. Not survival games. No, I'm not into survival either. Which means I'm Japanese horror game. Yeah, so the closing shift is not likely to be a game that I'll play. Match thoughts on Magic the Gathering? Not for me. Dandy Acquitted doesn't really look like the kind of game that I feel like I'd enjoy. Hello Kitty Roblox Club? Could be. I still can't get over the fact that Hello Kitty is not a cat. She's a girl with cat ears. Like, that's wild. Well, let's wait. I doubt it. Stardew Valley, yeah. Again, Stardew Valley is just not my kind of game. Like chore simulators like that, they're just not something that I enjoy. Yes, I fucking showered, Richard. Fuck off. Get some better fucking material. I don't know who Melton John is, so I don't give a shit. Star Wars: The Old Republic. Uh, I played Star Wars: Knights of the Old Republic. I played those two games. Really enjoyed those. I take showers, Carl Sagan. Carl Sagan's boring. Boner. I know it is discombobulated. It's wild. Like, I can't get over that. Thanks, Victoria. How tall am I? Just shy of 5'8". My Funko Pop collection. It's not much of a collection, really. Top 10 Transformers. I never watched Transformers. Heartstopper alternatives for me to watch. Uh, I don't know. Just whatever streaming service you have, just browse and see what stands out, what looks interesting to you. Am I waiting to transition to start dating? Probably. Yeah, I know who Chris Chan is. I'm not. I wouldn't do leg lengthening. I wouldn't mind being a little bit taller, but no leg lengthening. No, that's freaky. I think I did sort of hear about Paul Joseph Watson being racist on the phone. I mean, I've known for years that he's racist. Everyone has known for years that he's a racist. Thoughts on Chris Benoit? He was like, it's a tragic story. What happened with him? The roid rage and all that. So it is definitely pretty tragic. The way he killed his family, murdered his family. Did I hear about Dave Chappelle being attacked? Yes, I did. Yeah, I heard about Dave Chappelle being attacked and then blaming it on trans people, even though it wasn't a trans person who attacked him. I do not listen to K-pop. Hey, Ashley, it's going okay. Why Dominic Mysterio is in the WWE? I don't know. I don't even remember what kind of chair this is. Baked beans. Until Chantel then. Short. I did used to watch WWE. James, I never watched it. Favorite woman ever? I don't know. Baked beans. I visited my mom. Uh, yeah, it's nice. Nice getting down to see my mom. Been a couple months. Ritu Taneka's manifesto. I have not seen anything about that. Hey, Lisa. Favorite type of bean? Green beans. What I eat for supper? My brother. My brother made meatloaf. My mom lived far away. Yeah, it's about an hour by car. Uh, nah. The last time I played a wrestling video game was the Nintendo 64. So guess you miss your mom a lot. Yeah. James. Yes, they are. Your mom's dead. Yeah. That's a shame. Green bastard. Thanks, Richard. Who was my favorite wrestler? I always liked Chris Jericho. Um, he was really good on the mic. Um, Bret Hart, Bret the Hitman Hart. Being Canadian. I was sort of obligated to love Bret the Hitman Hart. Um, and I liked that Bret Hart. Like I liked how methodical he was in the ring. Like he was really good, and he was good on the mic. Uh, I like that. Whether face or heel, Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle didn't really do anything for me. Kevin Nash, I liked. Edge, I liked Edge. China was my hero. I even had China shirts. China was cool when she was scary. When they gave her that, uh, once they started giving her surgery, like the chest implants and the facelift and all that, once they started doing all that shit, Edge was Canadian, yes. Stone Cold and The Rock early 2000 Attitude Era golden era. It was a golden era, I would say. Um, that's. Well, yeah, like I mean, like you could tell, like she had breast implants and she had face surgery, um, plastic surgery. Like she had plastic surgery. It was obvious, and I felt like at that point she became less appealing. Weirdly enough, Janet did porn too. Yep, I'm aware. Kurt Angle's now an active pedophile hunter on YouTube. Good for him. Ugly Hobo. Yeah, I did. China was manipulated and preyed upon. Oh, absolutely. I don't doubt it at all. Um, Professional wrestling is a fucking shit show. Yeah. The women weren't really good wrestlers back when I was watching wrestling. There was China and there was Lita, and that was it. The others were there purely for eye candy. Thoughts on Sawako Yamanaka's political debate with Ben Shapiro? She's a teacher at Sakagura Sakuragaoka Girls High School. I mean, honestly, I think it is a mistake to debate somebody like Ben Shapiro. Goldust, China was absolutely a force. But yeah, like I feel like debating Ben Shapiro is a mistake because he's not actually interested in a debate. He's just interested in stirring shit. Like it's just no, I would not buy Dave Chappelle tickets. You're not wrong, snap, snap, snap. Olive, I think so, yeah. Soko won against Ben Shapiro. I mean, it doesn't matter. Like it doesn't actually matter whether Ben Shapiro wins or loses the debate. Like it genuinely doesn't actually matter because the people who like Ben Shapiro aren't going to think that he lost. And like it's because I mean the guy is an idiot. He thinks that he thinks that he's an absolute genius. He thinks he's the smartest guy in the room, but he's a fucking idiot. But it doesn't matter. All that he needs to do is spew his bullshit. Like it's he'll say utterly ridiculous shit. He'll say shit that is blatantly false. Makes no fucking sense. And he knows it makes no sense. He doesn't care that it makes no sense because the point is that now the people he's debating have to talk about his nonsense. Like that's the thing. It's but they're not bird of a feather. I don't believe that a single person would have changed their mind after watching that debate. Yeah, there's a what was the shit? I don't remember. I'm not even sure where I'd go to find it. But yeah, like there's a specific porn should not be banned. There's no reason to ban porn. But yeah, like it's. I remember reading something. Damned if I can remember. I took a shower today, Mama, so shut the fuck up, you asshole. Get some better fucking material, you boring ass jackass. Do I think I'm smarter than Ben Shapiro? Here's the thing. I think I'm an idiot. And I think that that as stupid as I am, I think I'm actually still smarter than Ben Shapiro. Because Ben Shapiro is that fucking stupid. And like, he doesn't care about facts, he doesn't care about truth, he doesn't care about reality. None of that matters to him. The point, he'll spout utterly ridiculous claims, knowing that they're ridiculous, just because that way his opponents then have to, because his opponents are trying to argue in good faith. The people he's arguing with do care about facts and truth. So now they're addressing his nonsense, and like it's a known strategy. It was something like I've on a few occasions I've read a quote about it. No idea where I'd be able to find it now, but it was somebody a while ago talked about that being a strategy that the Nazis used, and it's a strategy that the alt-right uses. I hope Shapiro's career is over because the guy is dangerous. Ben Shapiro got owned by a mathematician, but I don't believe that his career is over because, like, I have no doubt that all of Ben Shapiro's fans are saying that he won the debate. The alt-right's still alive and well. Ackle, I'm not interested in watching it. But like, I'm not interested in watching it. James, not really. Buck Breaking 2. Will I need to watch the first Buck Breaking to know what's going on in the second one? Republicans are trying to ban condoms. Yeah, IUDs and morning after pill. They're trying to ban fucking miscarriages. Like, seriously, like, there are Republicans out there who want to make fucking miscarrying a fucking felony. Mama, I'm not moving to the U.S. What they really want to do is just what they really want to do is find excuses to put black people in prison. They want to find any excuse they can to make black people into felons because felons don't get to vote. Black people tend to vote Democrats. Ugly hobo. Yep. So yeah, it's again, Republicans know that they can't actually win fairly. Like Republicans know that in a fair election, they would lose. Their policies are not popular, which is why they will do everything they can to cheat. They love coming up with reasons to get black people thrown in prison because felons don't get to vote, and black people tend to vote tend to vote Democrat. So, if you throw black people in prison, that is taking votes away from Democrats. Ex-felons should be able to vote. Like once they're out of prison, they absolutely should be able to vote. And in fact, Florida. In Florida, there was a ballot measure to allow ex-felons to vote. Guess what happened? The Republicans tried to overturn the result. Like they actually, Florida voters said no, ex-felons should be able to vote. They voted overwhelmingly in favor of that. They voted overwhelmingly in favor of the ballot measure to allow ex-felons to vote. And then Republicans said, no, fuck that. We're going to stop it. Regardless of the fact that the voters said this happens, the Republicans said, fuck the voters. Fuck whatever the voters want. We do what we want. So, yeah, like it's Republicans do not want people allowed to vote. They do not want to allow people to vote. Yes, felons should be allowed to vote. My favorite music tends to be just indie shit. Chi-Chi? Once they're out of prison, yes. Yeah, once they've been released from prison, yes. Shit, I'll go further. People in prison probably deserve the right to vote. James, no, the issue is not too many people being allowed to vote at all. down to get their gun right back? I'm inclined to say no, but I mean, I'm not keen on gun rights in general. Mental things, you are not blocked. My thoughts on Hillary Clinton calling black people supergroup. Yeah, that was bullshit. That is definitely one of the things that made me not want Hillary Clinton as president. Well, I mean, there are specific, there are laws regarding how long people get sent to prison for. It is the death penalty. I mean, I'm opposed to the death penalty, but I'm not gonna be sad if a pedophile dies. Hey, Dave Watson. Trans women should be in women's prisons. Edie, I mean, that's fair. Like I said, I'm inclined to allow people who are in prison to vote. I can understand the reason not allow it. But once they're released, once they've served their time and been released from prison, 100% they should be allowed to vote. That's pretty much it. I like bugs. They're 4 times more likely to be sexually assaulted. Burns my biscuits again. That's a fair point. That is a fair point. I will say this: people in prison count towards census information for drawing up congressional districts. I believe there's a congressional district that is made up of one house and a prison. Like, I might be a little bit wrong about the exact number of houses, but it's like 1 or 2 houses that just happen to live right near a prison. So all the people in that prison count towards the census. But the only people able to vote are the people in those 1 or 2 households. So, like, that is bullshit too. They are being used, and naturally, that congressional district has a Republican representative. Shockingly, Republicans drew up this district so that only a handful of Republicans actually had the right to vote in that district. What a shock that Republicans would rig things that way. I mean, who would expect that from the Republican Party? So yeah, like there's a congressman who is in. No, I mean, rig the primaries. I don't know, maybe, but yeah, Republicans set it out so that just a handful of people in a district got to actually vote by using prison population, and that's bullshit. Like that's absolute horseshit that Republicans are allowed to pull that shit off. One of my thoughts about dating apps? They work for some people. Who am I voting for in the June election? Either NDP or it'll be either NDP or fucking Communist Party. My thoughts on AOC? I like Alexandria Ocasio Cortez. I like her. She's good. She's smart. A hero? At that point, you're hitting the point of no politician deserves to be held up as a hero. Like that's the thing. Like corrupt. I mean, she's less corrupt than most politicians, but NFTs, fuck NFTs. NFTs are just an absolute fucking scam, and I am so happy that the NFT market is collapsing. Like the NFT scam is collapsing, which is just great. And I am so happy for everyone who now because a lot of people are being ripped off who just didn't know any better. But how's it collapsing? Oh, it's not making as much money. Some politicians are people's heroes, and I don't like that. I feel like politicians should never be held up as exemplars of virtue. Um, you're fucking you're a fucking idiot, mama. But yeah, politicians should always be held as they should always be held accountable. Is the thing. Like every politician should be looked at with skepticism and scrutiny. The idea of being a fan of a politician is ridiculous to me. Because that's how you get politicians, that's how you get corrupt politicians. When people are fans of their politicians, that's how you get corrupt ones. Worship the Democrats? Fuck you, mama. I think the Democrats are fucking incompetent. You are so fucking full of shit, mama. Holy shit, you're a fucking jackass. Thoughts on Destiny? The game or the concept? I'm not a fucking Democrat, mama. If I lived in the US, I probably still wouldn't actually, even if I lived in the US, I probably still wouldn't vote Democrat. I would probably end up voting for third parties. the only reason I would vote Democrat would be in opposition of the Republican, because the Democrat would be less actively maliciously destructive than the Republican. That's the only reason I would vote for a Democrat, is because they're not as actively maliciously destructive. They're simply incompetent. Dave Watson, I did not see it, and I kind of don't really care. Nadab, yes, Obama did drop a lot of bombs, and I thought that I was shitty of him. That is something that I opposed that he did. There's a lot of shit that Obama did that I didn't like. Man, I'm not even on welfare, you fucking far too left of it. Yeah, and the Democrats are the center. The Democrats are the centrist party. For all the talk about, oh, Democrats are too far left, they're radical leftists, they are the centrist party. And that is why they are incompetent. They're unwilling to actually fight for shit because they're centrists. Elon Musk? I don't think Elon Musk is secretly alt-right. Yeah, Elon Musk being alt-right, I don't think it's even all that secretive anymore. Bird of a feather? I think that corporate culture comes from the top down. I think that Elon Musk is racist, and I think that his racism made other racists working at Tesla feel empowered. And it made anyone who might oppose racism feel like they had no, feel like the boss didn't have their back. And I mean, that's great for her, but there are plenty of stories about Tesla factories that are horribly, blatantly racist. Bird of a feather, you only have to post your comment once. Don't post your comment a half dozen times at once. Bianca, same with you. You don't have to post the comment a dozen fucking times. Post that comment one more time and I'm fucking blocking you. Goddamn spamming, boring ass spamming prick. All right, Bert, you're just pissing me off with your spamming now. You go away. I am not I have no patience for people who spam. Fucking spammers. Stop the fucking spamming people. Christ, it's just... Stop spamming. Fuck. It's just irritating. You're just fucking making the chat. Like, you make the chat less enjoyable for everybody. Fuck off, Bianca. I've never had fried spam. I think I only had spam once. And I was not impressed. Oshiko, I'm starting to wonder. Thanks, Mark Twain. Well, guess what, Burns My Biscuits? No one's fucking forcing you to watch my videos. You can feel free to just fuck right off out of here. You are not obligated to watch something that you don't enjoy. I give you permission to not watch me. I give you permission to watch something that you actually find entertaining. If you don't find me entertaining, if you don't like me, that's fine. I don't care. You can leave. You have my permission to watch something that you actually enjoy. Please, if you don't enjoy watching me, then please watch something you do enjoy. Like, just please don't let me make you bored. Pew pew. Thank you very much, Pew pew. Can you mod? Fucking Christ, you people are being fucking boring tonight. Bullying, it would make... I mean, they didn't. If I learned that they'd considered aborting me, fine. I'm pro-choice. Communism is the same as socialism? I'm aware. I am aware that they are different things. I have not watched Videodrome now. It is not racist, Ray. You're fucking boring me, mama. Christ, at this point, like... Right? Yeah, sure. What do I care? Abortion, legalize abortions up until the age of 3. What do I care? What are my thoughts on Hanukkah? I mean, I don't celebrate it, but it seems like a great holiday. I'm a housekeeper, and I found a homemade fleshlight an army guy made with a cup and bags. Neat. I was joking. Obviously, I don't support killing children after they're born, obviously. Christ, you people don't. How can you not? Like, you people just think you people believe the absolute worst of me. What I've been up to? I went to see my mom today. Thanks, Tammy. I have not been to Norway or any other Scandinavian country. The only country I've been to outside of Canada is Scotland. That's the only other country I've been to. Bacon or sausage on bread for breakfast? Why not both? Hey, baked beans. I'm not taking my shirt off. Hey, you've said it twice now, Mama. You can stop saying that now. My favorite color? Red. Favorite McDonald's item? Either double quarter pounder or chicken nuggets. James, I don't like eggs. I don't like eggs at all. Like, they really gross me out. I do not, Dandy. I do not like the taste of menstrual blood or any blood. Trans women, if they've got kids, then yes, Ray. Trans women with kids also deserve to be celebrated on Mother's Day, and I'm pretty sure they usually do get Mother's Day cards and shit from their kids. Manicure? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know that I've ever bothered with a manicure. Woman has two twin boys, and one transitions. I mean, she has two. What? What? How would that make sense, Cow Club? If one transitions, then she'd have a son and a daughter. Why would one transitioning mean the other becomes a girl? That makes no sense. But You do know that twins don't have to be the same gender, right? Like, you can get twins that are one boy, one girl. Like, that's a thing that happens. That's, you're just fucking weird. Chocolate eggs? Not really now. Bullying? That does happen, bullying. No, Cow Club. What the hell are you even talking about? It is not true, Mama. Now shut the fuck up. Favorite type of gender fluid? The twin bed situation? Yes, I still sleep in. It's big enough for me. Well, Cow Club, considering a BMW is a fucking inanimate object. I'm not sure what clunge is. I'm not sure I want to know what clunge is. They're not, Mama. Christ, Mama. Cow Club, yeah, I still plan on it. Dual streaming on Twitch? Nah. Pass. I don't believe that's actually true, Mama. With bra sizing, Chantel, you'd have to ask her. Yeah, as far as when the transition will start, um, I'll need to get down to a need to get down to a clinic to talk to to ask someone about getting on hormones and shit. Just get the talk to someone about the process for it and all that. I don't put on her clothes; they'd be too big for me. Remember when McDonald's had dark meat chicken nuggets? I don't remember that. Well, I'm an ugly man anyway. Reality check. So Cat Club. I will. Swami, because I'm lazy and shaving takes effort. I will start shaving. It's never too late to transition, Chilean. So fuck off. When the hell did I even imply that it would, Mama? Well, Garfield, I don't compete in I don't compete in any sports now, so I don't see any reason why I would compete in women's sports after I transition. Edie, yes. Yes, it is. But when you think about me ordering 47, I'm pretty sure it's going to be 47 the orders of the pill to stop the cells attaching them. I'm not sure what that means. Mama, the point is that I want to do it. Not everything has to be about picking up chicks. Again, I'm not getting any women now, so what the fuck is going to be the difference? Laura C? I mean, mostly because I will start to want to. No idea, James Wright. Bottom surgery, probably not. I doubt I'll get bottom surgery. You get a girlfriend if I left the house? Yes, I'm sure I could. Going to get into makeup? Probably not. Laura, no, it is not. What was I thinking? A few years ago. It's been something I've been thinking about for a few years. Why hasn't anything happened? Executive dysfunction. I'm bad at getting things done. Steele McConnell, thank you very much. First time making love with Chantel. How was it? It was fun. I have not, Edie. I don't feel like doing a voice right now, Mama. Right? Why the name Catherine? That's what my mom would have named me if I'd been a girl. But I mean, my depression started when I was in high school. No, nothing else happened. Did I wear a bra? I mean, depending on what kind of tits I grow once I start on estrogen. Psychotherapy? No, I do counseling once a month. I do speak to a therapist once a month. Why did I get depressed? Because I got the bad brain. In my case, I'm pretty sure the depression is it's genetic, it's hereditary. Um, my mom and my brother both have depression as well. I'm quite confident in saying that my depression is just a um, a genetic thing, inherited thing. Cognitive behavioral therapy? No, I have not. Baked beans? I did tell my mom about it. Just me? I do want to be myself. Trans conversion therapy is cruel and twisted, and frankly, it doesn't actually work in the long term. His family, woman identified as trans man, and then the man realized he was gay, so they stayed together happily. That's a nice story. Mama, no, she did not. I had a girlfriend before Chantel that I had sex with. I will do my hair. Realistically, I'll probably cut my hair and then start wearing wigs. Transitioning doesn't change your hobbies, Democrat bullying. You dumbass. Will I shave them? Yeah. Michaela, I have slept with 3 women. Lexpro, never tried that one now. Dandy, yeah. Yeah, I know it can sometimes be rough. I'm not going to say it, Dave Watson. Neither, Mama. They were just women. They were cis women. I was anorexic. I don't expect everyone to support that. Don't compare. Don't compare being trans to anorexia. When will I transition? Like I said, I need to get down to a health clinic to talk to somebody about going on hormones. Are you able to step outside of your own thoughts and just be a witness to them? Can you ask yourself, do I really want to let myself think this thing right now and control it that way? I don't think I really do. I like bugs. Gender dysphoria does not go away by taking antidepressants. Transitioning seems to be the most effective way to treat. Yep. My ageist, probably. I don't really tend to do idols fat. Hey, veterans. That's news to me. Mama, I have been on welfare once in my life. Twice? Maybe twice. Once or twice. Shit. I know I went on unemployment insurance after the call center I worked at for 7 damn years after that closed down. I did go on unemployment insurance after that, for employment insurance. I did go on employment insurance after that for a year. Like I took a year off from doing anything. Like I just spent a year like my entire life had completely fallen the fuck apart. So I was like, yeah, I'm not doing anything. So applied for college, and then just didn't do anything until college started. So I was on employment insurance for at that point. I forget if I've been on employment insurance since then, after any of my other jobs. Like, honestly, I can't remember if I actually went on unemployment after losing any of the other jobs I've had. Mama, I mean, sure. If they want to come to Canada, I'm fine with that. Sailor Moon cosplay? Maybe. Favorite genre of music? A lot of indie rock. Panda Express? I don't know that I've ever actually had Panda Express. He-Man's uncle? Yeah, generally if you're on unemployment, then yeah, you're expected to be working, looking for work. I'm not on unemployment. I'm not actually on unemployment, so I should have applied after quitting my last job. I should have applied, but I was reluctant to do it because I was like I just started YouTube and I was going to be making and I'm making some money from YouTube. Not enough. Like I'm pretty sure the amount I'm making on YouTube would not actually disqualify me completely for unemployment. I think I'd get like 50%. I think, but yeah, He-Man's uncle. So that was a little bit different a situation because what happened there is the call center I'd been working at closed down. Um, got a pretty good severance because I'd been there for 7 years, and I got employment. I got EI. I did get EI. That time, I didn't need to look for a job when I had the that EI. No baked beans. I wasn't ripping off the government. I wasn't ripping off the government. I was like, I was up. I was. It's something that I was, you know, legally allowed to take. Thoughts on shock therapy? Not a fan. Um, Retirement age in Canada, I think it's 65 in Canada still. I don't hate small animals. Oliver, what it is, I'm scared of dogs. That's the thing with dogs. I'm just scared of them. It's going up with inflation, has 67. Do I like? Nope, I do not. I do not like beets. Should gender reassignment surgery be free? I mean, I'm inclined to say that it should be covered. No, Dongleberry. No, Mama. No, people should absolutely not do that. People have done that with Chantel before, and it's always bullshit. All right. For Dave Watson, baked beans. Welcome to Blockland. Welcome to Ban World. Welcome to Banland. Block and load. Blizzot. Below spaghetti? Yep. At this point, I am completely ready for Canada to start accepting refugees from the US. I am I fully believe that Canada needs to start accepting American refugees. He-Man's uncle, just women. I'm only attracted to women. Should Bad Dragon accept EBT as payment? Jessica, I'd have to talk it over with Chantal. Would I date other trans fans? I mean, realistically, MLP, that's what will end up happening. In all likelihood, I will end up dating another trans woman. Yeah, I'm probably not going to let any migrants stay with me. We don't really have room for it. I mean, shit, we have enough trouble taking care of ourselves. So, until we get our shit together. Do I believe Amber Heard? I mean, she's definitely fucked up. But I don't know. I am not. I am not a crossdresser boner. Well, spaghetti, I think that's terrible. I think it's a terrible decision. Stripping away rights from women. And I think it's also a bad decision because Roe v. Wade uh, enshrined a fair amount of privacy laws in the US, privacy protection in US law. So Roe v. Wade being repealed is also going to put at risk things like Obergefell versus Lawrence. Or not Obergefell versus Lawrence. But it's going to put Obergefell at risk. It's going to put even Lawrence v. Texas at risk. Like, I guarantee within the next 5 years, we will see Republican states putting forward bills that would ban sodomy. I guarantee it. Within 5 years, probably less. Like within 5 years or less, Republicans will be trying to ban sodomy. They will be trying to ban homosexuality. Guarantee. Like absolutely. Like they will absolutely try to pass laws that ban being gay. Banning sodomy is like 1937. Yeah, but I mean, it was only the Supreme Court. What was it? 2005, 2004, 2005, somewhere around then, that the Supreme Court actually finally struck down sodomy laws and just said, like, nope, sodomy laws are completely illegal. And 2001, yes. I couldn't remember the exact year, Barack. I knew it was early 2000. I knew it was the 2000s, early 2000s. And I knew it was Lawrence v. Texas. But yeah, it's going to happen. Like, I mean, they're already, like, they've spent years sort of trying to find ways to push back against same-sex marriage. And the Republicans want to ban gay people. They absolutely do. Like, it's just, they hate gay people because for Republicans care about control. It's all about control for Republicans. They want to control what everybody does. So, yeah. Bullshit, Edie. Republicans are fine with plenty of people who don't pay taxes. All Republicans exactly the same. They're all voting for the same people. Yeah. Oh, I don't want to. I support his same-sex marriage, but I'm going to vote for the guy who's going to push a bill that's going to repeal it. I don't fucking give a shit whether they actively hate gay people. They vote for people who actively hate gay people. That's the issue. Like Republican, I consider every Republican to be garbage because they vote for people who cause harm. It doesn't matter whether worship them. Fuck you, Rob. I consider the Democrats to be completely fucking incompetent. Quintessential? Then it's on you. Here's the thing, Quintessential. If you're a Republican and you like gay people, then it is absolutely 100% on you to contact your representatives. Your representatives, your senators, any Republican that you support. It is on you to contact them and tell them that if they push any bills that will restrict the rights of gay people, that you will vote against them. If you're a Republican who claims to support gay rights, then you have a moral obligation to tell every single Republican that you vote for that you will vote them right the fuck out if they go after gay rights. If you're not doing that, if you're not contacting them every fucking time that they push anti-gay legislation, then you fucking hate gay people. That's the thing. If you are voting for people who push anti-gay legislation, then you hate gay people. It's that easy. It's that simple. Straight up, you hate gay people. Because you are being complicit in the oppression of gay people. They're gay Republicans, yeah. And they fucking suck. They're terrible. And they hate gay people because they are supporting a party that wants to get rid of gay people. You're right. They don't consider gay rights because at the end of the day, they don't actually think gay people deserve rights. They don't give a shit about gay people. They're totally fine with gay people being oppressed. Right? Yeah, there are gay Republicans. And those gay Republicans are assholes who hate gay people because they're voting for their own fucking oppression. That's on Milo Yiannopoulos having gay conversion. Milo Yiannopoulos is just a fucking opportunist. He was always a douche. Yes, I've seen your fucking comment, mama. Christ. I chose to ignore it. A monarchy. Ugh. Hate monarchies. I am totally anti-monarchy. If I share my deepest, darkest, leftist views, the chat would have my head. Do it. You're not wrong, Bull. You're not wrong at all, Bowl of Spaghetti. Why am I anti-monarchy? Because I don't like the idea of inherited power. I much prefer meritocracy. Monarchies are not monarchies are a system wherein people have power based solely on who their parents are. An accident of birth gives them power and wealth. I hate that shit. So, yeah, it's Monarchy was based on the divine right of kings bestowed by the serpent. Whether this is all made up, yeah, it's a ridiculous system. I'm not saying democracy is perfect. It's like the old saying goes: democracy is the worst. Democracy is the worst system of government, except for all the others that we've tried. But yeah, I'm very much anti-monarchy. Hey, Grim Grinning Ghosts. Or whatever. Canada? Mama, yeah, I don't think that I would want to be a sex worker. I don't think I'd be comfortable doing that. Yeah, I disagree, Clapton. Canada with the monarchy is actually really good. Yeah. I'd still rather the monarchy be abolished. Abolish the monarchy. Hey, Rara. I'm all for communism. Same here. Communism. Only way to go. Russia was better off with their monarchy. I don't really agree with that. What will I be doing under communist rule? Realistically, dying. You'd have to work in a communist. That I mean, I know capitalism's the best system. Eh, capitalist socialist hybrid. Do I have a fighting bone in my body? Nah, no, I don't fight. Which until let my next girlfriend move in with me, move with us. I don't know. Well, I hope you enjoy that, Mama. Whatever. Absurdity. Thoughts on Israel and Zionism? Not a fan of Zionism. Communism is for people who are miserable and want everyone else to be miserable. I mean, I kind of feel like every economic system is just, you know, about figuring out who has to be miserable. You know, capitalism enforces misery as well. So, capitalism plus does it? I mean, is there really anything competing with Google right now? Like, are there any search engines competing with Google? How many corporations own massive amounts of the economy? Yeah, like how many brands does Nestle own, you know? Yeah, there's a lot of consolidation. Oh, hey, Nashi. Yeah, capitalism also results in a lot of consolidation, which reduces competitiveness. The thing is, Meg, monopolies, I I feel like monopolies um, are unavoidable under capitalism. Like it's one of those things where with capitalism you will get monopolies. The only way to stop the monopolies is with regulation. So like competitiveness requires government involvement in the economy. At which point is that actually still, which most people would argue is, uh, you think that no monopolies are such? No, it absolutely happens. But socialism makes it easier to break up monopolies. Or at least I would argue, at least, that communism makes it easier to break up monopolies. Yeah, I banned Ryan because he was posting the same fucking comment over and over and over and over and over. Nude selfie. I don't know. It's from like 20 years ago. I don't know if it's still out there anywhere. Magic Gathering? No, I never played Magic Gathering. I have never sent a dick pic. No. Feudal system where companies are the lords? Kinda. On the plus side, the U.S. at least is getting a nice increase in union efforts. Sadly, I'm not really seeing any of that happening in Canada, which is really unfortunate. No one in Canada seems interested in unionizing. Jan, that quote is one of the reasons why I fucking hate Ronald Reagan. Ever poop my pants? I mean, I assume I probably did as a kid, but I have no memory of the last time it might have happened. Trudeau fanboy? No. No, I do not like Justin Trudeau. No, Rob. I'm unionized. Quebec quarter? That's fine. Selfish reasons are still reasons. Ronald Reagan was one of the worst presidents the US has ever had, and the vast majority of the problems facing the US today are directly because of Reagan's policies. Ronald Reagan destroyed the middle class. That's the main thing I want to say. Ronald Reagan just absolutely destroyed the middle class. Clinton Obama neoliberalism. Oh, that absolutely contributed to the death of the middle class. Clinton? Oh shit, Clinton continued a lot of the deregulation that's wrecked so much of the global economy. Shit, the fucking global economy. Economy is strong under Clinton. Yeah, I'll be honest. I am skeptical of how much power presidents actually have over the economy. Beyond that, it's important to remember that, any effect they do have is going to be sort of a delayed reaction. Nancy Reagan loved the gays, yeah. Loved them to death. Nancy Reagan loved the gays to death. Their deaths, obviously, from AIDS. Because the Reagans didn't give a shit about gay people dying of AIDS. John F. Kennedy. Eh. Kennedy was okay, I guess. Yeah, especially in the 80s, it was seen as a gay disease, which is why there was absolutely no effort made at all to handle the AIDS crisis. A whole lot of people died of AIDS because of the blatant homophobia of Ronald Reagan, Nancy Reagan, and the Reagan administration. Well, fucking good for Reagan. He still did nothing about the AIDS crisis because he genuinely didn't give a shit about gay people dying. He literally could not have cared less about them. Kennedy would not be. I think Kennedy would still be a Democrat in today's age. JFK definitely liked that age. No question there. I think that JFK would still be a Democrat if he were alive today. Thoughts on libertarians? I said this before, but my thoughts on libertarians is that they are just completely selfish. Globalists. Fucking nonsense. It's funny when the Terminator was my governor. The thing I find funniest about about Schwarzenegger being elected governor, Republicans spend a lot of time, like anytime a celebrity makes any sort of comment uh, on politics, Republicans are all like, "Oh, nobody cares anything. Nobody cares what celebrities think. Stick to your day jobs. You're a celebrity. Who cares what a celebrity thinks?" If a celebrity is conservative, Republicans cannot vote for that person fast enough. Republicans love voting for celebrities. MLP, a lot of them don't. There's a lot of celebrities who don't know shit. Absolutely. Arnold Schwarzenegger was a Republican, Nadab. Democrats do vote for celebrities as well. Al Franken comes to mind. Um, but they seem to do it a lot less often than Republicans. You know, Reagan was a fucking actor, and they made him governor of California, and then they voted him president. Arnold Schwarzenegger, he was a fucking bodybuilder. They made him governor of California. Uh, I'm blanking on the guy's name, but there was a senator who served for quite a few terms who was a former actor. Um, who else? Who else? Who else? Trump. Donald Trump is a fucking incompetent business and reality TV show host, and they made him the fucking president. Arnold's pretty, yeah. Arnold's a California Republican. California's a little bit different. Fair enough, Chris Hurricane. Yeah, Tom Thompson. Thompson, yeah, Uncle Buck's quarter. That's the one I was thinking of, was Thompson. So yeah, it's like Republicans get so outraged anytime a celebrity has any sort of political makes any sort of political comment, but holy shit, they will vote. They cannot vote fast enough for celebrities with an R next to their name. Yeah, there's that shit where Kid Rock was being rumored to run for Senate, and there were plenty of Republicans who were ready to vote for him. Turned out the whole thing was some sort of weird publicity stunt or something like that, which was just whatever. Yeah, Republicans just will always vote for a celebrity if they can. Any opportunity they get, they will vote for a celebrity. They love voting for celebrities. And they also love claiming that they think celebrities shouldn't comment on politics. Just the ridiculous, just such a ridiculous hypocrisy from them. That's true, Mama. Should celebrities be purged? Yeah, probably not. Yeah, the thing is, Jan, most of the time, those outsiders are, frankly, kind of, pretty corrupt as well. Carl Sagan's funner. Yeah, it sucks that the Republicans are almost certainly going to make uh, big gains in the midterms. Shitty. You have to be mentally or ulterior motives. Certainly helps. Is the main no. It's not that it's not that the Democrats aren't insane. It's that the Democrats are incompetent. They're cowards. They're not willing to actually fight the way Republicans are. The afterlife? Not much. I make a small amount of money from the channel. It's really not much. Oh, Democrats are absolutely cowards. They really are. They will not fight. You get a few here. You get a few here and there who will absolutely fucking go to the mat. But they're few and far between. You know, like Stacey Abrams in Georgia, she will always go to the mat. But the Democratic rank and file, you know, Pelosi and Schumer and most of the Democratic Party, they don't fight. Quintessentially make, I would argue that it's not that Democrats have won the fights, it's that the people who won the fights happen to vote Democrat. I like bugs? Yeah. That is a huge problem. That's in Hillary hamstring Bernie. I mean, yeah, she absolutely did. The Democratic establishment hated Bernie Sanders because Bernie Sanders is a fighter. Bernie Sanders was pushing for legitimate change, and Democrats are threatened by change. Like, what it comes down to is Republicans want to move things backwards. Republicans want to move things back to the 19th century. They want to go back to the 1850s. Democrats just want things to stay exactly the way they are. Republicans are regressive. Democrats are just status quo is all. And there's no legitimately progressive party in the US. Mama, I disagree with those doctors. Because most doctors, do agree that the best treatment for gender dysphoria is transition, including for people under 21. Bernie's a career politician, but the thing is, I would argue that he actually is still more of an outsider than most, because he is still a socialist. Yes, he's a career politician, but he's a career socialist. And being a socialist makes someone more of an outsider than a capitalist who is just entering politics. I do not, Verity. I think that's a shitty idea. You're wrong, Afterlife. Alienating conservatives. Like I give a shit. I fucking wish they were alienated so that they would stop trying to fucking harass me on here. Stop trying to fucking troll me. Edie, well, I mean, transition is going to require a doctor's approval, but for people who are under 18, before they hit puberty, puberty blockers are going to be the main thing. Hormones will start, hormones can start once they're teenagers. Surgeries obviously need to wait until they're over 18. Surgeries are not done on minors, but puberty blockers for minors and then hormones for teens, they're fine. Yeah. That brain's not developed until 25 is mostly taken out of context, Dandy. And again, puberty blockers are absolutely safe and reversible. But here's the thing. They're safe and reversible. But it's worth noting that once they start on puberty blockers, very, very few of them actually stop. The most recent study, I think, found, I believe it was 2.5% detransition rate in the first 5 years, I believe. It's not, Jen. That statistic is very misleading, Issa. No, puberty blockers are safe. I saw your comment the first 20 fucking times, Verity. Fuck off. Nah, detrans isn't going to get bigger. Well, detrans will get bigger because Republicans are pushing bills that are going to forcibly detransition people. That's why detransition is going to become more common in the next few years, because kids are being forcibly detransitioned. But Sasuke, yeah, you can. By passing laws that ban any sort of transition-related care until before a certain age. No, quintessential, they are. They absolutely are. Arkansas or Alabama? I think it's Arkansas. Passed a bill that is going to forcibly detransition minors who are in the process of detransitioning. Gee, mama, I wonder why they have high suicide rates. I wonder if maybe the shitty treatment that they get might have something to do with it. The people who sit there talking about suicide rates among trans youth, the reason suicide rates are high among trans youth is because of transphobia. It's because of people like you who treat them like shit. That's why trans people commit suicide, is because they are treated like shit. Because they're accused of being groomers, because they have people harassing them daily, telling them, telling them, oh, you're not a real woman. Or they've got family members who disown them. Suicide rates among trans youth are the result of transphobia. It's because of you fucking assholes. It's because of all you absolute transphobic sacks of shit who constantly shit on them, who are constantly trying to make their lives harder. That's why it happens. Edie? Easy to say. It's easy to say, oh, they should just ignore. But it's constant. It's a constant message that being trans is terrible. That trans women are all predators. Like every fucking, like, the gender critical crowd wants to treat every single trans woman as a potential predator. Want to fucking ban them from any sort of support system. They sure as shit get treated that way. Good for you, Edie. Different people are different. No, Flynn, it's not the fucking dysmorphia. It's the fucking assholes who tell them that dysmorphia is invalid. Fuck you, Mom. You know what? You know, Mama, I am absolutely fucking fed up with you. I am so fucking fed up with you. So, welcome to Banland, Mama, because I am fucking tired of dealing with you. You absolute asshole. Augustina? It's after midnight where I am, so fuck her. She wasn't making legitimate. Mama Notzer has never made a legitimate point in my chat. Fucking never. Nothing she has ever said in my chat has been a legitimate fucking point. Verity? Freedom of speech means the government can't arrest you for what you say. It doesn't mean that I have to fucking put up with any of the shit you spew. Fuck you, Jessica. Oh no, Mama Notzer is not coming back, and I will fucking block her if she tries to come back again. If I see her in my chat again, anytime she shows up in my chat, I will absolutely ban her again. Because I am just completely fed up with her. Like, she said a lot of bad shit. I banned her because she's a transphobic ass. That's why I banned her. Jen, in some schools, they have support. Not all of them. Fuck off, Verity. Yeah, my mom loves me, Livy. MLP because it never occurred to me. Oh, bullshit, Cyril. There are some schools that are trans inclusive. There are some schools that are not. MLP? It doesn't always. Proud Mama, I will not date men. I'm just not attracted to men. No, Cyril, like I said, some. But I'm pretty sure that you can find plenty of stories of from trans people talking about their schools, not supporting them. Yeah, that is an offensive thing to say, absurdity. So go away. Not along. I'm tired of the fucking transphobia that shows up in my chat every time. That is transphobic. You go away. Sorry, hey asshole. I haven't seen your comment. I think it just keeps getting knocked off the knocked off screen by all the fucking horse shit. Or the job hunt. Yeah, whatever. MLP, I have not. Why did I job hunt? Because I'm fucked in the head and have problems doing the things that I know I need to do. What's the point of milking back? In retrospect, I don't know. Like in retrospect, it is a weird. Like when I think about it, it is weird. Like I don't really know why Canada has milk in bags. You're not blocked, Kayla. We are a weird country in some ways. Don't have that out west. Bags with milk. I mean, they're just like bags with milk. Bagged milk is easier to pour and store. Maritimes and Ontario, I think, are the provinces that have them. All right. Is it easier to pour or store? All right. Yeah. That's what absurdity said, and it is a bullshit talking point that transphobes have been pushing lately. You need jug milk. Yeah. Yeah, man, I remember that when I was a kid, we had milk bags and we had the jug that the bags would go in. It's just weird thinking back on it. Bag milk and OJ in Wisconsin. Well, Wisconsin is the Canada of the United States. I don't even know what that means. I have no idea what I even mean by that. Hey, Vertica. Latin America and Israel also have bag milk? Huh. I was unaware. My college, I went for a library and information technician degree, and I did graduate. Wisconsin has the best cheese curds. I can believe it. MLP. I mean, has it happened? I mean, theoretically, it's possible it's happened, but I think it's exceedingly unlikely. And like, if it's ever happened, it's exceedingly rare. And to the point where trying to argue that transition for youth should be banned because of that is just a bullshit thing to argue. Kids are pretty impressionable. Sure, but I mean, like, are we really thinking that parents are like are thinking that being trans is easier than being gay? Like, is there anybody who's going to be stupid enough to actually believe that it's easier to be trans than gay? No. No, that's not a thing. No, it's being trans is absolutely not easier than being gay. No, no, I'm not saying that they're braver. I'm not saying that being trans is actually even harder than being gay, although realistically, yeah, it probably is harder. But the idea that it'd be easier to be trans, no, that's a stupid thing to argue. AM, and it's unfortunate for her that that happened, but she's one person. How many trans people regret that they didn't get to transition before when they were younger? Like, that's the thing. Like, it's this weird, like, oh, this one person regretted it, therefore we have to regulate every single transition ever. And it's like, obviously I want, obviously I'd like her to get treatment. It's unfortunate for her, but most thing, it's very, 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 very few trans people actually detransition. Detransition is rare. And when it does happen, it's almost never actually a result of them regretting it. It's a result of social pressures. No, it's not going to make my life easier. Transitioning will make my life objectively harder. Like, objectively, my life will be harder as a trans person. Absolutely, it will be. Thanks, Vertica. Why transition if it makes life hard? Because sometimes you just gotta do what feels right. No, Saginaw, it's because I'm going to have people harassing me for being trans. It's because I'm gonna have to start worrying about how men react to me. It's because, statistically speaking, statistically speaking, women get paid less than men, and trans women happen to fall into the women category for that lower pay. Uh, a lot of like a fair number of or a fair amount of misogyny does fall back on trans women as well. And then they also have to worry about being harassed simply for being trans. Good night, Michaela. Kayla, yes, I do plan on transitioning to be a woman. Yep, that is true, Uncle Buck's quarter. I mean, there are women who don't have pyramids, Livy. I mean, stretches, nah, never do any stretches. Will I get out more in public as a woman? We'll have to wait and see. Trans people of color, they've got it even worse. Yeah, trans people of color, holy shit, they're in danger. Trans women of color get so much danger, face so much danger in the world. Goat, I set an alarm. I set an alarm. I just don't wake up to it. I hit snooze. Are they in danger of being murdered? They're in danger of being murdered, Lady Leia. Trans women of color are, I believe, the most at risk group for murder. My word, that'll be murdered now? Nah. No, I mean, I'm more concerned about dying of a heart attack, frankly. Transphobes, Lady Leia, that's who's killing them. You're boring. I mean, I was never very masculine in the first place, VL. Is Rogaine a human right? I'm inclined to think maybe. Health Channel? Nah. AM? To an extent, yeah. Thing I'm looking forward to most once I fully transition. I don't know. Being more authentically me. Yeah, they do, Melania. Lady Elaine, so that I can be who I feel like I should be. Edie? Eh, probably not. Yep. That's the case, Uncle Buck. The hormones will make my outside reflect my inside. Eh, yeah, I'm with Melissa here. Lady Lane, I mean, I wouldn't actually call these big for a woman. Like, I wouldn't call my chest big for a woman. Barely A cups. It's like fucking training bra. The beard, I will. So, how big my boobs will be is going to depend on how generous estrogen is to me. Uh, the beard, I will be shaving the beard. Hey, I'm not gonna be. I'm not gonna be dating men. Let Chad choose. I don't. I don't think biology works that way, Carl Sagan's phoner. Like, I'm pretty sure biology doesn't work. Like, biochemistry will determine my bra size, my cup size. Don, because my brain works in weird ways. I'm just kind of. I didn't take my mom out. No, I did visit my mom for Mother's Day. Charisma, bruh, size a little bit bigger than you if you're flasboard. Yeah. I have not, Grim. Pre-transition. Sure. I don't think I need double H's, Uncle Bucks. I think that's probably a bit bigger than I would want. Shape and the physique as a whole rather than sheer size. That's true. Bimbification. I'm waiting till transition before I get a password. No, I just haven't. I will be going to get my provincial ID renewed soon. I didn't actually realize my provincial ID actually expires on May 19th. I didn't even check the expiration date recently. So Chantel's going to bed, so I shut my door. Yeah, I just today I looked at my provincial ID and saw that the expiration date is the 19th. But so yeah, I'll need to get my ID renewed. Thanks, Melissa. Thanks, Melissa C. It wasn't me, Absurdity. I've never had a cucumber up my butt. Sasuke, so here's my plan. Sometime in the next week or two, I'll go down to Service Ontario and get my ID renewed. Look at that! Look at that handsome face! Look at that! Look at that wonderful picture. So yeah, so I'll get it renewed either this week or next week. Keep the M on there. My long-term plan is next time I get it renewed, I will be living as a woman, and I will get that M changed to an F. What is that ID? It's an Ontario provincial ID. I don't have a driver's license, so Ontario provincial ID fills the same, does the same thing as far as identification. Let's hold up for transition. The main holdup is just me doing things. But yeah, again, sometime in the next week or two, sometime soon, I do want to get down to a clinic to talk to somebody about starting on hormones. Money's not just money isn't the main issue. The biggest issue, honestly, is just me getting off my ass. Me actually doing things. I'm not hungry, James Green, and I'm not gonna. I didn't shit myself. I went to the bathroom. I shit in the toilet. Does Canadian government pay for that? I'm actually not entirely sure what gets covered by OHIP. Yeah, I'm not. I haven't really looked into what OHIP, Ontario Health, whatever, covers. Hormones might cover really good. Yeah. All right. Okay. Yeah. So like I said, I'll be going. Like I need to get down to a clinic, and talk to somebody about starting hormones. They'll tell me what is covered and all and what's not. So sometime in the next week or two. I do want to get that done in the next week or two. I'll pay for what the healthcare doesn't cover. I don't know. Oh, hey, West Coast Last. I didn't even notice you in here. Sorry. I don't know. I might go with Catherine. James Green. I mean, and I need to not be lazy. So, Blopnar, it would be Catherine with a C. No, transitioning will not cure my depression. No. My depression is unrelated. Well, no, Vienna. That's not how it works. Brain scans don't determine if what somebody's gender is. Get a job to help pay for the cost. I do still want to get a job. It's hard. It's so hard. Vertica, yeah, I really. Canada's healthcare system isn't perfect. There are definitely problems. There are oversights, but I am very glad that we do have universal healthcare. Yeah, sorry, West Coast Last. I was probably like looking down to gather my thoughts or something like that. If Chantel dies tomorrow, where would I be? Screwed. Melvin, that's because I am. Do I see a therapist? I do. I do have a therapist. I see them once a month. Test for autism. Autism tests cost money, and a chunk of money actually. Would I date someone who has my exact name but otherwise my perfect match? I don't know. Chantel is definitely the mask of the household. She's even got the shaved head. No, my therapist, as far as I know, my therapist does not watch my videos. Yeah, ask that in super chats. The speculation that I've seen is that um, autistic people are more likely to be queer across the board. Gay, lesbian, bisexual, or transgender. They're just more likely to be queer in general. The speculation that I've seen is that it's because trans people tend to spend more time in self reflection, more time analyzing themselves, analyzing the things around them. Lady Elaine, there's a possible correlation. It hasn't really been researched that much yet. But like I said, autistic people are more likely to be gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgender, just generally queer. James Green, my point is that children are people. Children are individuals with their own inner lives. And parents need to treat their kids that way. They need to treat their kids as individuals, as people, rather than as property. And there's too many parents who do treat their kids as property, as extensions of themselves. Nah, absurdity, nah. Girls with short hair are hot. Guys with long hair are hot. What, you don't think that children are people? You don't think that children are individuals with inner lives, with thoughts and feelings of their own? You think that children actually are just extensions of their parents? They're not. Kids are people. They're still people. Worked with so many people with autism when there were so few of them were out. I mean, that you were aware of, Liz Zombie. So few that were on this queer spectrum that you were aware of. Storm of the Mohawk? Yep. Yeah. 80s Mohawk punk storm. Best storm. This is my favorite version of Storm with the leather jacket and the mohawk. She just looks so fucking awesome. I love 80s punk Storm. That kid is a dude. I am lucky to have enough to have lived in my house. Yeah. You're never too old for toys and comics, James Green. No. Children are unable to provide informed consent for sex. I'm 37, James Green. Yes, Miranda. They can. A very small percentage of people have gender dysmorphia. Yeah, I think Canadian study found like 1%, I think it was, or even less than 1%. I don't remember the details of it, but yeah, there was a Canadian study not long ago that just came out a couple weeks ago that found that, yeah, there are trans people are really, really uncommon. Like that it is a very tiny number of people who actually have dysmorphia. Also, there have been other studies that have been coming out that found that very few trans kids, once they start transitioning, choose to stop. There was I believe it was a 5-year study that found something like 2.5% of trans kids had detransitioned during that time. And, doesn't mean they won't retransition later on. Again, Capricorn Fairy, the suicide rates among trans youth are the result of social pressures. I mean, it's because they have to deal with people telling them to commit suicide. Like, think about that. Like, trans people have a lot, like, it is really common. Trans people deal a lot with people telling them to commit suicide. You know? I've seen people going like, 41% yourself. Like 41%, like 41% is used as a fucking harassment technique. It is a minority of people, but it's a very vocal minority. And it's worth noting that it's a minority that is that has one of the biggest authors in the English language uh, pushing it. Um, but yeah, like, yep, Rolling. Rolling pushes transphobic propaganda. No, I'm saying J.K. Rowling uh, amplifies a lot of transphobic propaganda. She's not telling them in so many words to commit suicide, but she's saying that she considers them all to be potential predators. She's saying she doesn't give a shit about their health and safety. Brave. She's a fucking billionaire. Honestly, I find it hard to consider any billionaire to be brave. Because at that point, fucking billionaire. Like, how much? Do you have any idea how much power that a billionaire has by default? Sasuke, not really. She had a middle class upbringing. It's not that I mean, it's not that Rowling never struggled in her life, but she did have a middle class upbringing. She was always solid. Yeah, she had hard times, but she was never like it was never as bad as her story makes it out to be. Like it's not like her life wasn't. I'm not judging it. I'm saying that her whole rising from the bottom, it's an exaggeration. Like it's an exaggeration of her actual story. Yeah, I'm not dismissing the struggle she has had. She absolutely has. It's just not the story that was spun. Her life was not the story that was spun about her. I'm not even gonna say. I'm not even gonna say that uh, that she was wrong to present her life story the way that she has. Because she's a fucking storyteller. You know? Like, that's like, it's her job. And I mean, that includes the story that she tells about herself. I mean, again, it's part of her job. People love a good story. So, she talks about, you know, living in a dumpster or whatever. Hey, it makes for a compelling story. She's doing her job. So I'm not even going to say that she's I don't even think that she's wrong to present her life story the way she has. You're not blocked, Meg. I'm just saying that she did exaggerate the struggles that she did have. She has always been middle class. Situation I feel. Oh, I read a lot. There's a lot of Star Trek in my wish list, but I mean that's like it's all just sort of clumped together. Like all the Star Trek is just clumped together. But I mean, there's a lot of other stuff. There's a lot of fantasy stuff. There's quite a few history books in there. There's some manga in there. BK, I mean, it's a possibility, but it's a slim one. Don't be ridiculous, Jessica. I don't know. I'm not dismissing the struggles that anyone's had. The challenges that women and trans women face are completely. There's some overlap. Like, there's absolutely some overlap there. There's a lot of differences as well. I'm not invalidating their struggles, Yanda. On Steam still? No. I don't want friends on Steam. Is she protective of the gay community? I don't have Xbox, Dongleberry, sorry. I don't know that Rowling is actually protective of the gay community. I kind of feel like Rowling, and I don't think it's intentional, but I feel like on a certain level, she uses the gay community as a shield to justify her transphobia. Like, I mean, I also think that like she just straight up ignores members of the gay community who disagree with her. Um, but yeah, I think that she tends to use the gay community as a cudgel against trans people. And I don't think that she does it intentionally. I think it's subconscious, but I think she does it. I think that she wants to care about the gay community, but that ultimately her transphobia is more important to her than the actual gay community. What was it? Oh, I'm up. I'm generally up way later than 2 o'clock. Would I date someone with Down syndrome? I don't think that I would be able to deal with that, which is shitty of me. It's definitely something about myself that I do have to confront. There is definitely an ableist side to me that I need to confront, but the T absolutely belongs on the end of LGP. Still human being there. Absolutely. And, they absolutely are 100% as deserving of love as everyone else. Um, it's it's shitty of me that I don't think I could date them, that I could date someone with Down syndrome. It is an ugly trait that I need to address. It's yeah, no, it is. Because I mean, it's ableism. Like it's absolutely ableism that I don't feel like I'd be able to. Exactly, yes, pets. Can people with Down syndrome choose to transition? I would assume so. I don't know why Down syndrome would prevent. Stanley, some say he was racist and homophobic. Yes, but he he was someone who tried to be better. Like Stanley. He was a product of his time. We all are products of our time to some extent. Stanley was someone who did try to be better. Even in the '60s, he was calling out racism. He, the I usually stands for intersex. So Stanley, like even in the '60s, he was calling out racism. He was, you know, supporting civil rights. Um, there was, funnily enough, there was an issue of Silver Surfer back in the '60s by Jack Kirby and Stan Lee that featured a black man as a Silver Surfer befriends a black guy, and that black guy ends up being lynched. And Silver Surfer decries the bigotry of humanity. And someone wrote in to complain about the issue addressing or about the issue talking about civil rights and racism. Like somebody was complaining that, oh, what, why are you getting political? This is back in the '60s. Even in the '60s, people were writing in to complain about Marvel getting political. Um, So, yeah, just fun to think that all the people bitching and moaning about Marvel's getting too political today, they're part of a long, rich history of dumbasses missing the entire point of fiction. My favorite nut? Pistachio. I do like pistachios. They're so expensive, but I do like pistachios. Oh, that's really cool, Aspat. But yeah, Stan Lee, you know, that's why Marvel was slow to roll out black heroes. I mean, yeah, like racism was a big thing in the back then. Um, Fun fact: Black Panther was created specifically for the sake of making a black hero, and making a black hero who was the equivalent to any white hero, who was as good as any white hero. Black Panther's creation was a political statement. So again, like Jack Kirby was a political writer. He was a political comic creator. Um, yes, like I said, but like I was saying, Stan Lee, he spoke out about racism. Eventually, he spoke out in support of homosexuality as well. It took a lot longer for him to get there, just because of Marvel being generally transphobic until like the early 2000s. Funnily enough, Stan Lee once claimed that a character he that was created in the Sergeant Fury and his Howling Commandos. Um, yeah, so back in the '60s, I think it lasted into the '70s. There was a Marvel series, Sergeant Fury and his Howling Commandos. Um, Nick Fury in World War II, leading a team of leading a diverse team that would never have actually existed in the real world of World War II. Um, yeah, uh, years later, Stan Lee claimed that one of the characters, Pinky Pinkerton, was gay, despite the fact that the comics clearly treated him as a ladies' man. So it was like, so Stan Lee was just bullshitting about it, because Stan Lee had a very loose relationship with truth. Stan Lee always cared more about a story, about telling a good story, than he did about the truth. But yeah, so Stan Lee being racist and homophobic, less so than a lot of people of his generation. Stan Lee did try. Like, Stan Lee did genuinely want to be progressive. He genuinely did want to promote North Star's guy. Yeah. His coming out issue, the issue where North Star came out was hilarious, like unintentionally hilarious. It was like so weird. It was not a good issue. Like, it was not a good comic, but it was bad in a really entertaining way. Just make all of them gay, fuck it. Yeah, I mean, they are. They are all gay. Stan Lee did a lot, considering he paved the way for many things. He did. He also did a lot of bad shit. Uh, Stan Lee did a lot to hold back creators' rights. I'm with you. I like bugs. Yeah, Stan Lee, like, Stan Lee was not good for other creators. Like it's I hate to say it because Stan Lee was a great guy, but he was very much he was not great for other creatives, for other creators. He didn't really he didn't push for creators' rights the way he should have. He was very much a corporate man. Um, so yeah, there was definitely there's definitely a lot to criticize Lee for as well. There's also the fact that he tended to take an outsized amount of credit for Marvel's success. Bagging us something because somebody brought him up. Because somebody brought Stan Lee up earlier. So yeah, he did tend to. A lot of it was because he was just a much more of a people person. He was much more involved in the. I did not play the old X-Men arcade game. He was much more public. He was a more public figure than the likes of Jack Kirby or especially Steve Ditko. So because Stan Lee was the one who was out there going out there and talking to universities and all that shit, he kind of ended up taking a lot more credit than he deserved for a lot of shit that was in the comics. Louise, I complain about Stan Lee because I am a comic fan. I fucking love comics. And truth is, I love Stan Lee. Stan Lee was an amazingly charismatic figure. But the old X-Men cartoon was amazing. Yeah, I grew up on the 90s X-Men animated series. But yeah, like Stan Lee was an amazingly charismatic figure. He was not a boring old man. He was never boring. Like Stan Lee was never boring. He always had so many great stories to tell. The issue is that a lot of the stories weren't really true. But like I said, I love Stan Lee and I love comics, and that's why I am willing uh, to acknowledge that Stan Lee pulled a lot of bullshit. The old Fantastic Four cartoon, the one with Herbie, or the one where the Human Torch tried to sing. Yeah, there's that '90s Fantastic Four series with Human Torch trying to sing. Hilariously bad. 60s, 70s. So that would have been the one with Herbie then. Stanley just Stanley was very creative. Like Stanley was absolutely very creative. Um, just not as much as the artists. 90s Spider-Man was best. That was a good one. That was a good show. Wish the best X-Men movie would address the big robot. Is it X-Men the Sentinels? Yeah, the third X-Men movie had Sentinels in like a danger room thing. It was, and actually, Days of Future Past featured Sentinels. Yeah, so X-Men Days of Future Past was all about the Sentinels. Stan Lee co-created so many artists, and to be honest, I would give most of the credit for the creation of all those characters to the artists. Jack Kirby and Steve Ditko, they are the creators of all those characters. In some cases, Stan Lee came up with the idea. Didn't Stan Lee create the Golden Girls? I have no idea if he was involved in that show. Anyway, it's over 3 hours, so I'm actually going to end the live here. Meant to end it like an hour ago. Thank you, Crypto Anarchist. No, Spider-Man was co-created with Steve Ditko. I will give Stan Lee a larger chunk of credit for Spider-Man than other characters, because he'd initially he came up with the concept, teenager who's a teenage superhero, and he went to Jack Kirby for the initial design. Didn't like Jack Kirby's design because it was too heroic, and went to Steve Ditko to redesign. So I'll give him credit for Spider-Man, but that aside, it's the artist who did most of the work. Anyway, like I said, so I'm gonna end the stream here. So thanks for watching, and have a nice night.